Greetings, salutations, it's me, James, your BA Sensei, back with another Power Query tutorial. Today's video, I'm going to show you a problem I ran into recently. Looking at some business problems, we have some products that actually contains a concatenated product code with a prefix and then some sort of a number. And what I want to do with this is I want to take that and then actually extract the prefix and then do a sum of all the sales for that prefix. Well, enough talking, let me show you how to do it. Alright, my very first step is you click on your data set and you go to data and you say table arrange, and this opens Power Query like thus. This is Power Query. Okay, now I'm going to go to the advanced editor like I always do. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to do two solutions. I'm going to show you the shortcoming of the first one, and then I'm going to make it better with the second one. So in this one, we want to kind of like extract the prefix. Okay, so we're going to say, cool, let's transform. And here I'm going to use a cool little function that I use quite a lot, and it's table transform columns. What makes this function pretty cool is that you can transform the values in a column without adding another step. It's pretty cool. You can add multiple columns to this, and you can transform it all in one step. So in this case, we're just going to do it. We're going to do it on the source, and we're going to simply say curly brackets. We want to do it on the ID column. That's where we want to do the transform in, and we're just going to say cool, let's say for each value in that column, say just simply say text select, and we're going to say from the underscore, which is each value in there, and in the curly brackets everything from A to Z, and the ones that are aware this is not a prefix will go like, whoa, what's going on right there? But this is a potential solution, but it's going to be wrong. And we say, yeah, that's what we wanted. And we can simply say return the transform. And there we go. So we removed everything. We got the prefix there. Excellent. And now our next step would be, there is an error there. I'm going to fix it now. We're going to say final. And here we simply do table.group, do a grouping. And here we say we want to group transform, comma. We want to basically group it by the ID column, right? And we want to have a new column called sales. And in there, I simply want to say each list sum of all the items in the sales column, which is that column over there. And we can simply say show us final. And that should give us our answer. There we go. There we go. But there is a little problem here. So you can see in cases, so that logic where I only extract the A's to Z's, kind of works, but it won't work in situations where we have a case like, let's say like Z end. It's basically going to have the Z and the N, and actually the prefix is the Z, not Z end. If I look at the final solution, it says Z end. That's not what I want. So we're just going to go back. We're actually just going to do a delimiter. And all I'm going to fix is, instead of doing this little step, I'm just going to blank that out. And we're simply going to say text before delimiter. And I'm going to say underscore and simply just say the delimiter is that. Cool. But we're also going to have situations where there is no dash like that. So what we're going to do with that is I'm simply going to say try to catch any error. And if you can't find that, can't find a dash in there, just say otherwise, and we just return the actual value, and the type here is text. And now if we say go, this should be 100%. So now you can see in situations where we add the dev test, that's just going to be dev now. There's dev. And in situations where there is no dash, like in the no find over there, you can see there they are. So that actually dealt with that. And we did it a little bit more dynamically by introducing the textport delimiter. And I'm just going to say done. I'm going to bring it back into Excel. And there we go. There's your solution. I know this was a very simple example, but yeah, I hope it taught you something of how you can work with Power Query. Well, until we meet again, BA Sensei signing out.